Good morning. It is December 20th, and here's another installment of Gabzvents. There is going to be a change of plan moving forward. I was talking to my sister, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm drowning, I can't keep up with Gabzvents. Like, it's not happening. I'm struggling with my internet, I'm struggling with time. So she's like, just start labeling the Gabzvents by the number whenever you post instead of trying to make it happen every day. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of telling you it's like day 20, I'm just going to tell you the actual date so you can keep track of where I am like in the month. But yeah, updates and videos are going to come less frequently because I'm just not managing with my schedule. And it's becoming not fun. So that's not what you want. So the schedule is going to change. It's going to be a little bit less often. It's probably going to be every 4 or 5 days, maybe every week or so. I'm working on a secret design, so there won't be a lot of updates anyway because I can't show you it, but I'm super stoked on it. It's going to be awesome. So that's kind of the little update on how I'm changing things to make things work a little bit better for us, especially because I'm going on winter break and I've got my girls and birthdays and Christmas and New Year's and all of those other exciting things that it's just becoming one extra thing on my plate. And this is something I can take off my plate, so I'm going to do that. But don't worry, I do have an event for you today. And this isn't even an event, this is just a request, truly. Okay, so teacher presence. I am, heard me talk about it a lot because it's like 50% of my identity. I am a teacher. I love being a teacher. I was miserable during the pandemic when I didn't get to teach, and maternity leave was hard for me because while I love spending time with my girls, I love teaching. I love working with my students and doing that. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. Yeah, I really like my job. So this isn't I don't like teaching, that kind of thing. It's not one of those. But so my daughter's in preschool now. She's 4, and we give presents to her teachers and all of those things. And on Teacher Appreciation Week, there's at the preschool they do. On Monday, we do a bagel brunch for the teachers, and then we're going to do flower day, and then we're going to do a luncheon, and we donate money, or we give money for gift cards for the teachers, and our kids write cards for the teachers, and we bring in flowers. And I think that's great. I think teachers should be appreciated. But it's really hard to be a high school teacher and a mom and see what all the other lower grade teachers get for the holidays and for Teacher Appreciation Week. And that just doesn't happen in high school. I've gotten 3 wonderful, lovely, thoughtful presents from my students. All of them are food related, so they know me very well. And this isn't a wah, I want presents. This is if you have teenagers, and yeah, if you have teenagers, considering asking them writing a card to their teacher for the holidays or in the middle of the end of the year. I post all my students' letters on my wall. They're closed, so no one can read them, but like they're all on the wall. I go back and read them when I have a hard day because teaching sometimes has hard days. So this, if you have a high schooler or even a middle schooler, consider asking them to write letters to their teachers for the holidays. I have my students write letters to their other teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week. Because it's great. We cherish the letters. We really do. You don't have to spend money on gift cards, on flowers, on all those things. Like, that's lovely if you do. I've never gotten a handmade present from a student, but I would love it because I know sometimes on Instagram, you see all the crafter parents making presents for their teachers. So yeah, I don't know, it's a tricky one, I'm not telling you to spend money on presents. Don't forget about us high school teachers. We love cards, we love letters from students, even if it's 3 sentences. I love it. I've gotten some of the sweetest cards from students where they notice things that you don't realize you're doing that help you get through the bad days of teaching sometimes. One of my students, she wrote me a letter. Another teacher had her write her a letter, And this was during the pandemic, so I never really saw her face, and she wrote me this wonderful letter, and she's like, you put your pronouns in your email bio, and that was one of the first things I noticed about you, and that matters, because you did one little thing to try and make other people feel comfortable, and that was my first impression of you. And I didn't even give it a second thought. I just put my pronouns in my bio and moved on with my life. But it was great, and that was 3 years ago, so I still remember. She's a senior now. I had her as a freshman. Yeah, so letters for teachers, letters for your, like if your kids take classes or their coaches or that for the holidays, that it doesn't have to be a like physical, like you don't have to go out and buy stuff. Yeah, I mean, most teachers have paper and pencils in their classroom, so I tell my students, I'm like, steal my paper and pencils to make cards for your teachers. Absolutely do that, because the school provides them. So that's it. It's just, I always struggle with holidays and teacher appreciation week, because I'm like, that's wonderful that those students get, and I get it. It's more expensive in the upper grades because there's 6 of us, and there's 6 teachers. Most in our school district, my students have at least 6 teachers and coaches and stuff, so there's probably like 10. So I get it. There's more. If you even only spend $5 on each of us, that's $50, and that's a lot. And it's easier if you give a $5 gift card to your teacher's elementary school teacher. There's only one of them, right? And there's like 1 million of us, so I get it. I get the money thing, but cards, we love them. They make us, or at least I do, and I'm sure most teachers do. That getting those cards, it's great for the holidays. It's great for when we're knee deep in grading and doing finals and that kind of thing. So that's my rant about presents for teachers. But also do what you want. You don't have to give teachers anything if you don't celebrate the holidays. But even just on a random day, like if there's a random day in March that you're like, let's write a letter to your teacher. Let's tell them. Yeah, those random things. At least I became a teacher because we love it. We leave teaching because we stop loving it, and there are factors that make us stop loving it, but it's rarely the students. It's rarely the students that are the reason for my hard days. It is outside factors, mostly cell phones in class. Oh my god, cell phones, that's a whole other, oh my god, cell phones in the classroom. Okay, this isn't a teaching vlog, but yes. Cell phones are, I'd say, the number one distraction for education, and making things so challenging to effectively teach and engage students, because I'm not as exciting as TikTok. I don't do the cool dances. All right, I'll see you probably in a couple days.